Hi everybody, welcome to my tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to engage your student in a virtual teaching modality. I have noticed that in the eye of the student, this type of classes are pretty boring, exhausted, and not effective at all. Our challenge in this situation is to show them that virtual classes work as well as the regular ones. And I strongly believe that the effectiveness and success depends on the student's motivation. And that's your work to do, that the students feel motivated to attend your classes and do all the activities that you have for them. I strongly believe that the student's base plan is going to be very helpful. And as you normally do in normal classes, you have to do it with so much energy to make the students feel motivated. And here are my tips for today's video. As tip number one, as it says, to prepare your classes based on what your students have and the resources they have in their hands. I'm talking about computers, devices such as cell phones or tablets or things like that. Once you notice that they have the resources to work with you, such as internet connection and all the stuff, you just have to take advantages of all these devices and things that help for your classes and to make accessible for them. Once you have that, you need to ask your student what they want to learn and how they want to learn. And that way you're going to make them feel important to you and the interest is going to grow with you.
Be alright, dry those eyes. You'll be back in the morning when the sun's.
And tip number two, I have tried different activities and different strategies. Each group has this personality, and what you have to do is to search for the best ones for them and see what are the responses from this in the learning process. And students really likes to create some poems, and some others enjoy just doing some other type of activities such as guides and answer quizzes and stuff like that. So what you need to do is to search for the best ones and mix it to make not boring this process. And tip number three, what I recommend is to add as much game as possible. Remember that online teaching is a very lonely and boring process for students. So what you need to do is to create an environment where students can have fun when they learn. And games are the best option in this situation. So there are many tools on the internet that you can use to create your own games and to make them do it by sending just a link or develop them in your meeting in Zoom or Google Classroom. You will see that they will feel comfortable with this type of activities and you will have their attention for the rest of the session. If you do it at the beginning, I recommend to use them in the warm-up. So you will have all the attention for the rest of the class. Tip number four, I have to create an open and accessible environment for your students. Do not give a long speech and a long explanation that your students are not going to feel involved and are just going to mute their microphones during the session and they are not going to pay attention. Another thing that you don't have to do is to just send a PDF document to just read it and assign a long guide to answer. That's not going to be helpful at all. What you really need to do is to try to create an environment when your students feel involved. Try to use camera and microphone from your students as is possible, as much as possible. For example, you are explaining and add some important facts in your explanation to make them participate, read concepts, and give their opinions during the session. So in the way they're working with you and they are not sleeping during your speech or explanation.
Throwback kid from the 90s. I start my ABCs with the YZ. I've been with different.
And tip number 5 where I got is homework prioritization and accessible time. What you need to consider in this is quality over quantity. Remember that some of your students don't have access to internet all the time, and if you are assigning homeworks all the time for the next day and a lot of homework, you just make them feel frustrated and stressed. What you want is all of them working in your assignments. Remember to ask yourself, what are the goals that you want to achieve with your homeworks, and if they need something for the students. The more significant is the homework for the knowledge of the student, the better it is. So, another important thing to take into account is the time where you are assigning them. Considering the difficulties that they may have to send homework to you. For example, internet connection, or maybe if there's some of the devices are ruined. Another important thing is assign group works activity. Remember that online learning is a very lonely process, and we don't have to forget the interaction between our students. So what we need to do is to assign a homework, maybe an investigation or something that they can do in cooperation with their partners, and make them interact with it and work together. So we have come to the end of this video. I hope you like it, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Good humor. They say I'm out of my mind. Standing on the outside.